Today, we re-firing up the grill for something truly special. A perfectly grilled tuna steak with a bright, zesty lemon twist. If you think fish is tricky to grill, stick around, because I'm about to show you how to get that beautiful sear on the outside while keeping it incredibly moist and tender on the inside. This recipe is simple, elegant, and packed with flavor. It's perfect for a weeknight dinner, but impressive enough for a weekend barbecue with friends. So, let's get our ingredients ready and make the best grilled tuna you've ever had. First things first, let's talk about our star ingredient, the tuna. For grilling, you want to get your hands on some high-quality, sushi-grade tuna steaks. Look for a deep, vibrant red or pink color, and avoid anything that looks dull or has a strong, fishy smell. The thickness is also key. I recommend steaks that are about 1.5 to 2 inches thick. This thickness allows us to get a fantastic sear on the outside without overcooking the center. You want that beautiful contrast between the cooked exterior and the rare, melt-in-your-mouth interior. If you can only find thinner steaks, that's okay, but you'll need to adjust your grilling time significantly, and we'll talk about that later. Now, for our marinade. The beauty of this recipe is its simplicity. We want to complement the rich flavor of the tuna, not overpower it. So, we're making a light and bright lemon herb marinade. In a small bowl, we're going to combine about 1/4 cup of good quality extra virgin olive oil. This is the base of our marinade. To that, we'll add the zest and juice of 1 large lemon. The zest is where all those fragrant oils are, so don't skip this step. It adds a beautiful aroma and a punch of citrus flavor that cuts through the richness of the fish. Next, we'll chop up some fresh herbs. I'm using a tablespoon of fresh parsley and a tablespoon of fresh oregano. If you have other herbs on hand, like thyme or a little bit of rosemary, feel free to experiment. Finally, we'll add to minced garlic cloves, a teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Whisk everything together until it's well combined. The aroma is already incredible, isn't it? Now, let's get our tuna steaks ready. Pat them completely dry with a paper towel. This is a crucial step for getting a good sear. Moisture is the enemy of a crispy crust. Place the dry tuna steaks in a shallow dish or a resealable plastic bag. Pour that beautiful lemon herb marinade all over the tuna, making sure to coat both sides evenly. Now, here's a very important tip. Don't marinate the tuna for too long. The acid from the lemon juice will start to cook the fish, a process called ceviche. We only want to marinate it for about 15 to 30 minutes at room temperature. This is just enough time for the flavors to penetrate the surface without changing the texture of the fish. So, let's set this aside while we go preheat the grill. Whether you're using a gas grill or a charcoal grill, the goal is the same. High heat. We want our grill to be roaring hot, around 450 to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, or 230 to 260 degrees Celsius. High heat is essential for searing the outside of the tuna quickly, creating those beautiful grill marks and locking in the moisture. While the grill is heating up, make sure your grates are clean. I use a wire brush to scrub off any leftover bits from my last cookout. Once the grates are clean, we're going to oil them. This is another key step to prevent the fish from sticking. Fold up a paper towel, dip it in a high smoke point oil, like canola or avocado oil, and use a pair of long tongs to wipe the oil all over the hot grates. Be careful, it's hot. You'll see a little bit of smoke, and that's exactly what you want. All right, our grill is hot, our grates are oiled, and our tuna has been marinating for just the right amount of time. It's go time. Take the tuna steaks out of the marinade and let any excess drip off. We don't want too much oil causing flare-ups. Now, carefully place the tuna steaks on the hot grill. You should hear a satisfying sizzle the moment the fish hits the grates. This is the sound of success. Now don't touch it. Resist the temptation to move it around. We need to let it sit there to develop that beautiful crust and those perfect grill marks. For a 1.5-inch thin steak, we're going to grill it for about 1 to 2 minutes per side for a rare center. If you prefer it medium rare, go for 2 to 3 minutes per side. After that first minute or two, let's give it a flip. Use a thin fish spatula for this, as it's less likely to tear the delicate fish. Look at those gorgeous grill marks. Now, we'll cook it for the same amount of time on the other side. Remember, the total cooking time is very short. We're talking about a total of maybe 4 to 5 minutes on the grill. It cooks incredibly fast, so you have to be paying attention. A great way to check for doneness is to peek at the side of the steak. You can see the cooked portion turning opaque, moving up from the bottom and top. For rare, you want a thick band of deep red translucent flesh right in the middle. Once it's cooked to your liking, immediately remove the tuna from the grill and place it on a clean cutting board. And now for the final, most important step, resting. Just like with a good steak, you have to let the grilled tuna rest for about 5 to 10 minutes before you slice into it. This allows the juices to redistribute throughout the steak, ensuring every single bite is moist and flavorful. If you cut into it right away, all those delicious juices will run out onto your cutting board. While it's resting, you can give it one last squeeze of fresh lemon juice over the top for an extra burst of freshness. The residual heat will continue to cook it slightly, so it's always better to pull it from the grill a little earlier than you think you should. Our tuna has rested, and it's time for the big reveal. Let's slice into it. I like to slice it against the grain into about 1/2-inch thick slices, and just look at that. It's absolutely perfect. The texture is so tender, it practically melts in your mouth. The flavor is a perfect balance of the rich, savory tuna and the bright, zesty notes from our lemon and herb marinade. It's clean, it's fresh, and it's so incredibly delicious. Now, how should you serve this masterpiece? It's incredibly versatile. You can serve it as the star of the show with a side of roasted asparagus or a fresh green salad. It's also fantastic on top of a quinoa or rice bowl, or you can even flake it up and put it in tacos with some avocado and a zesty slaw. For a little extra something, you could whip up a quick aioli by mixing mayonnaise, garlic, and lemon juice to serve alongside it for dipping. But honestly, it's so good on its own, it doesn't need much else. This grilled tuna recipe is a true showstopper that's deceptively easy to make. It's healthy, it's fast, and it's packed with flavor. So there you have it, a complete guide to grilling the most perfect, delicious tuna steaks. Remember the key takeaways. Start with high quality, thick cut tuna. Use a simple, bright marinade for a short amount of time. Get your grill screaming hot. Oil your grates. Cook it quickly for that perfect, rare center. And most importantly, let it rest before slicing. I promise, if you follow these steps, you'll be grilling tuna like a pro in no time. Give this recipe a try for your next meal and let me know in the comments how it turns out. I love hearing from you all. Thanks so much for joining me in the kitchen today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more delicious recipes. Happy grilling, everyone.